Okay, I'm going to discuss the racial crisis situation, racial crises and interracial relationships. I'm going to entertain the discussion for this as I have a crisis on my hands with myself. I'm a trans person inside. And number two, I am seen as white by a small amount of white people, but the majority of whites don't see me as white. Some non-whites mistake me as being white, I guess you could say. Too white for them, which I'm put in this box that I really can't get out of. I mean, I'm not saying it's everybody, but it's an amount of people on both sides in both races, I should say. Maybe some Latinos also, too. It depends. But I am not seen as a colored person, which I really should be, because I have traits of a mixed person more. I'm definitely in a racial crisis, and I have been my whole life. Not to say that I have black blood, I'm not 100% sure, but I know I have ancient DNA from the Etruscans of the black Romans. As far as African American, though, no, I don't have that. But I have black Roman DNA. I discovered. I didn't take a test, but I'm using my senses. My features, their features. You just darken the skin a little bit. I looked at it. A lot of the hair seems to match too. Not tight, kinky hair, but good wavy, dark hair. Not the straightest, but also not. There was a time where I grew my hair out. It came out into an afro when I was growing it out. Now those times have passed. My hair got more fine as I got older. But my point is this, okay? I've been in racial crisis my whole life. I've been told by my family, at least my mom's side, emphasized it the most that I'm white when society did not treat me like a white person. I have to be honest about it now. And then I went to white nationalist groups thinking that that was the right thing to do. It wasn't. I'm not saying everyone is a major oppressor. It ain't the case. You're oppressing. If you're an oppressor as an open white nationalist, you're oppressing yourself. I'm gonna get that off my chest. You're oppressing yourself if you do have some non-white traits, but you're masking them up. And I'm no longer gonna do that. You see, I would be comfortable in my own skin, but I have to deal with race soldiers from both sides. You see, I have to deal with the covert white supremacists most of the time that don't announce their beliefs, that are in society. They'll reject me on a job application because my name sounds different, or they see me and I look different, or something. And sometimes the trans thing didn't even come into it. I'm going to just tell you that right now. But I don't want to be judged. I want to be seen as a human being, and I'm sick to death of the racists out there. Okay? I'm sick of them. I'm going to just say it right flat now. Most of the time, the ones I deal with are the covert racists in the white society. And then I see people of color. They also stick to their own heavily. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's like, it's, I don't feel, it's not like they stick to their own and they're necessarily great to me. But I deal with it from all sides, so I just don't see a point in being a racist, really. Because I see it from all sides. I see it from Hispanic people. I see it from Asian people. I see it from black people now. Not all. It depends what neighborhood you go. It definitely depends on the neighborhood you go to, I think. But you either get... I don't know what to say. but at least on the internet, because I don't really interact too much anymore in the real world, it sucks. I'm alone, and I don't like it. Too much alone time isn't good. I'm in need of contact in some fucking way. This is ridiculous, and living in the Northwest does not solve this is how I came to my conclusion. When I lived in Florida, it was easier for me to be a racist. When I moved to the Northwest, I realized it was a sea of white all over the place, and I couldn't escape it, and when I felt trapped, I had to change, literally. So coming here has helped me realize that it was just such a horrible place to deal with white folks that I had to come to a new realization. And this message is me starting on a new account. I want to get everything in a fresh perspective. Now I'm going to move on to interracial relationships. Who is in interracial relationships? I know there's an amount of people now in interracial relationships. I'm not against them. And I'm gonna bring up quickly, rushing to the past. There's this YouTuber by the name of Cynthia G, who I used to be so mad at when I used to come on here and stuff. But the truth is, when you look at Cynthia G actually accepts LGBT people into her black community. She would. But that's just beside the point. I mean, it's not just a white thing like people think it is, okay? Being trans isn't just a white thing. It affects everybody, okay? Everybody is trans of all races. It has nothing to do with the sick European mindset, like some people say. But anyway, I want to discuss interracial relationships too. Who's in them? I want to get a discussion down here. I'm so fucking sick and tired of talking to myself that I want to have a discussion down below. So what do I gotta do to get people in here to talk, I want to start fresh with a new audience. I'm sick of going to the bowels of this fucking place just to get followers. I'm on a new account now, and I'm hiding. I want to do it and start new again, And I want to talk about topics, not bullshit. I want to talk topics, okay? Now, interracial relationships, who's in any? Black male, white woman, white male, black woman. Just tell me your situations. Hispanic and black, whoever, just if anybody's in an interracial marriage, I want to talk. Alright? I want to discuss this issue. Okay? And I will open dialogue and opinions on it. Tell me your situation. Do you have a happy situation? Do you love each other? Do you recommend this? Do you do this or that with it? And I just want to get some comments on it and see where we're at with all this. So there's a lot of people that feel judged in society, and I definitely feel judged. And for the first time, I realize I am at least a third-class citizen in this country because, for number one, I'm not white or totally black, I mean, I'm a product of this thing. And if there was more acceptance, then people would be more comfortable in their skin, I feel, little by little. Whether they were mixed or not, or whatever. Or just those who, for some reason, are left out. So, write down your comments.